In a land of fierce warriors and longboats, the Vikings ruled with valor and mystery. But did you know, buried beneath those rugged landscapes, lie tales more enigmatic than any Viking saga? Let's embark on a thrilling voyage, unveiling secrets from deep beneath the Nordic soil. Grab your helmets, minus the horns, and let the adventure begin. Chapter 1: The Land of the Vikings. In the age of legends, when dragons' shadows flew over glittering fjords, the Norse lands whispered tales of audacious Vikings. These weren't just burly, bearded men with a penchant for mead. They were poets, dreamers, and, a bit rowdy at sea. They charted courses to lands unknown and penned sagas that would make any bard's heart swell with pride. But let's swivel our compass a bit. Beyond their famed longboats and raids, the Vikings had a secret. No, it wasn't a hidden treasure map or a magic potion recipe, though that would be epic. It was a more intimate affair, the way they bid farewell to their kin. Deep in the heart of Scandinavia, the earth cradles mysteries that defy the very Viking tales we thought we knew. As we venture into these tales, imagine a time of midnight suns and northern lights, where every gust of wind carried an untold story, and every burial mound, a riddle. Are you ready to unravel the Viking Age's best-kept secret? Hold on to your figurative shields. It's going to be a wild ride. Chapter 2: Unearthing the Mysterious. Scandinavia, a realm of ethereal beauty, where the forests hold whispered conversations with the winds and shimmering lakes catch the sky's reflections. But hold on to your Viking boots, for underneath its picturesque surface, this land hides relics and riddles of yore. Archaeologists, our modern-day treasure hunters with brushes rather than swords, have been playing detective. Their discoveries? Graves that could make your hair stand on end. Why, you ask? Well, because our Viking folks seem to have an unusual way of ensuring their dearly departed didn't pull off any posthumous shenanigans. Picture this: skeletons not just resting, but pinned down, as if to stop them from springing up for a midnight stroll. How's that for eerie? It's like a game of whack-a-mole, Viking edition. What led the fierce and fearless Vikings who wrestled with tempestuous seas to believe their dead could rise again? And why did they feel the need to pin them down? Don't fret. All will be unveiled. But as we dig deeper, remember, every bone tells a story, and every stone hides a secret. Ready to decode? Chapter 3: The Dread of the Undead. Now, dear reader, brace yourself for a chilling chill. For in the Viking tapestry of myths and magic, there exists a thread more spine-tingling than any ghost story by the fireside. Meet the Draugr, the original Norse nightmare fuel. These weren't your average zombies. They were the undead VIPs of the Viking world. Imagine a Viking warrior, fearless in battle, trembling at the thought of the Draugr creatures with icy blue eyes and superhuman strength. Not only could they spread havoc, but these eerie entities brought along an uninvited party of droughts and diseases. Rude, right? But what's a Viking tale without a little drama? Legends speak of these revenants bursting from their graves, jealous of the living and bent on mischief. They could even shapeshift. From a seal to a flitting flame, these Draugrs knew how to make an entrance. By now, you might be wondering, why the fancy burials? Was it just superstition or something deeper? Hang on to your, hopefully Draugr-free, hats. For as we venture further, we'll unearth the truths buried beneath layers of lore and time. Ready for the revelation? Chapter 4: Rituals of Restraint. Diving deeper into the Norse nooks, let's talk about those peculiar post-mortem parties. Why go through the fuss of lugging heavy stones or, dare I say, giving Olaf a decapitated send-off? It wasn't because they forgot to RSVP. The Vikings in all their bearded glory were a pragmatic bunch. They knew that a Draugr running amok was, well, bad for business. So they devised a set of burial bonanzas to ensure the dead stayed, very dead. Think of it as an ancient do not disturb sign. Decapitation, though a tad gruesome to our modern sensibilities, was a two-birds-one-stone deal for the Vikings. First, it rendered any prospective Draugr pretty ineffective. Try haunting someone without a head. Second, it was seen as a mark of honor. In the twisted logic of ancient days, it was like gifting a VIP pass to Valhalla. Stones, on the other hand, were like the weighted blankets of yesteryears, comforting and ensuring the departed felt truly grounded. Rituals? Check. Reasons? Check. But wait, there's more to this burial bonanza. Ready to uncover it? Onward we march. Chapter 5: a mark of respect. Ahoy, fellow lore lover! Not all things Norse are neck-deep in nightmares. In this labyrinth of legends, there are alleys shimmering with warmth, love, and respect. Sometimes these curious burials weren't about fearsome undead frolics, but tender tributes to the treasured. Amidst the frosty fjords and towering pines, Viking families wept and remembered. To pin a loved one down wasn't always a defense against the Draugr drama, but rather a heartfelt hope. By doing so, families whispered to their departed, "Stay, find peace, and dance no more in the land of the living." The weighty stones were more than just grave anchors. They were tokens of endearment. In their silent steadfastness, they whispered tales of bonds unbroken by death. Picture the scene: the ethereal glow of the midnight sun, a community gathering, songs of old, and amidst it all, a solemn promise to help souls find serenity. As we wade deeper into this Viking voyage, remember, not all tales of yore are shrouded in shadows. Some glow with the gentle gold of love and respect. Shall we continue? Chapter 6: Legacy of Belief. Let's take a brief breather, intrepid explorer, and gaze upon our journey so far. We've sailed tempestuous seas, danced with Draugr, and peeked into Viking hearts. But what does all this tell us about the very fabric of belief and the tapestries we weave with them? You see, these tales aren't just ancient bedtime stories to scare little Viking kiddos into obedience. No, siree. They're chronicles of a culture, blueprints of beliefs, and windows to the soul of a society. Imagine a Viking chieftain, a veritable behemoth in battle, clasping a delicate amulet for protection. Or perhaps a village whispering prayers as the northern lights danced, fearing the wrath of celestial beings. Every ritual, every saga, and yes, even every zombie-esque burial was a bridge between the tangible and the transcendent, a means to make sense of life's mysteries and, in doing so, leaving behind legacies that linger. As we stand on the brink of our final chapter, let's marvel at the universal quest for understanding that spans centuries and cultures. One more leap? Let's dive in headfirst. Chapter 7: Conclusion and Reflection. Here we are, fellow lore hunters at the edge of our Norse narrative, ready to cast a lingering glance over the vast vista of Viking vignettes we've voyaged through. What a whirlwind, eh? From restless revenants to tender tributes, we've truly traversed the entire emotional spectrum of the Viking soul. Now, with our longboats anchored and mead horns almost empty, let's ponder a bit. Why does the curious case of the Vikings, with their tales both terrifying and touching, matter in this digital day and age? Why dig through the past when the future beckons with blinking neon lights? Because, my dear friend, stories like these weave the very fabric of humanity. They remind us that amidst the shifting sands of time, some things remain steadfast: love, fear, hope, and the ever-burning desire to understand the unknown. As we sail away from the shores of Scandinavia, let's cherish the rich tapestry of tales we've tucked into our traveler's trunk. Remember, every era, every culture, every corner of this earth has its own cache of captivating chronicles, waiting for an eager ear. Till our next adventure, keep that curiosity kindled and let the sagas sing. Skål!